Hey guys, good morning. I know I look like crap. I'm still getting ready for the day. Oh, my thing is not straight. I wanted to share the news with you. But I'm kind of nervous too. And of course, I did not record my reaction, my natural reaction, because the last time I did, okay, sorry, my camera battery was dying. I didn't record, or I recorded my reaction the last time, the only time, because it was so exciting. I was nauseous all week long, every day, all day. I can't even get it out. I'm like so out of breath. I just in disbelief. It was very, very faint, the pregnancy test was. And anyway, I recorded my reaction and it was super exciting and fun. And I loved it. I thought it was like a great, look at all this beautifulness. Holy cow, that one hurts so much. So anyway, Brady and I are wanting to start a family. And the symptoms that I've been feeling this week are not the same as when I did back in January. I haven't been nauseous every single day, and if I have been, it's usually at nighttime. I've been a little bit, I don't know, crankier. Oh man. Anyway, my period is supposed to come this upcoming Monday, and it's Friday, and I just wanted to test and get the negative out of the way. Get the disappointment out of the way so I could fully embrace this new cycle, and we could try again next month before having to go to a doctor. We've been trying to get pregnant for about 10 months now, and it's been really emotionally draining on me. I'm sure it's been hard for Brady as well, but I've been extra hard on myself. So I took a test this morning because I wanted to, like I said, just get the negative test out of the way, move on with my day, and yeah. So here's that test. It's positive. Now I know this is after the 3 minutes, so the lines are darker than when you first see it, but it's very clear that there's 2 lines. I cannot believe this. Like, this is crazy. I don't even feel that way, and like I woke up this morning feeling extra nauseous, and I just thought to myself, oh, it's because you haven't eaten yet, or like whatever, maybe whatever you had last night for dinner is just hurting your tummy. But I do remember back in January when I got a positive test, I also felt this way, this nauseous, like super early in the morning. Like I couldn't sleep in. Oh, sorry. It's dark in here. There we go. I couldn't ever sleep in because I just felt so sick. So anyway, I cannot believe it, you guys. I'm pregnant again. Oh, my heart. I immediately fell to my knees and thanked God. You know, I've been wanting to be a mom for so long, and it's getting harder and harder and harder with every friend and family member who has another baby. Not in the sense that I'm angry towards them or, you know, anything of that nature, but it just sucks when you feel like you're ready for that next stage in life and you feel like everyone's already there, but with their like third and fourth child and you don't even have one. And it's almost been a year and I was afraid of that. So I'm just gonna remain calm and try not to get too excited because it could go away in a couple days just like it did last time. And maybe I'll explain a little bit of what happened last time later. But for right now I'm feeling sick, so I'm gonna try to eat something to see if that helps. And then I'm gonna have a day of just doing things for me. I'm gonna go to the temple. I am gonna go see a movie by myself for the first time, and maybe I'll hang out with one of my friends later. It's gonna be a good day. Okay, you guys, so I will tell you a little bit more of the story in just a second, but I took a digital. That's what it says. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. That's so fun. I think digitals are a lot of fun. But I did want to kind of sit down and tell you a little bit about something. Okay, I put my hair up because it was a little bit cray. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about my story. So I hope it's okay that I'm in my Bali robe and hanging out at home on my day off with my crazy hair pulled back. I haven't shared this with anyone really. I mean, I've shared it with a few people, but that's about it. Back in January, it started on a Monday. I started to feel really, really nauseous on a Monday, and it lasted all day long, and it went every day. So Tuesday I was nauseous and Wednesday I was nauseous. And I was experiencing a lot of other symptoms that you can experience in like early pregnancy. So that Wednesday I decided to take a pregnancy test early in the morning. I took, I had taken one on Monday and the line was so faint that like you kind of had to tip it into the light to see it, but something was there. I wasn't just imagining things. So, you know, they say, you know, to test every 48 hours because your HCG levels double every 48 hours, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wednesday came and I took 3 tests. I know, I was crazy. I took 2 first response tests and then 1 little Amazon test or whatever, and all 3 of them were positive. The line was still faint, but it was there. You could see it easily without needing to dip into the light, but it was still faint. I was like so shocked and just so surprised. So I went back to bed, and when Brady and I woke up, I told him. He didn't want me to like come up with like a really cute way to tell him. He just wanted to know. So I decided that, you know, I would give him that, I guess, and maybe we would tell our families in a cute way or something. So we were like freaking out, just really, really excited. I showed him the tests and we thought it would be just really, really awesome, you know, to be parents and have a baby due later that year and all of that. So my period wasn't supposed to show up until that Saturday. So I was going to Utah that weekend, and on Friday I got more pregnancy tests. I got just the regular 2 pink line one and then a digital one. And that Friday I took a digital and a pink line one, and both were negative, like full on negative. Oh, sorry. The digital said not pregnant, and the pink line one was just as negative as any other pregnancy that was negative that I've ever taken. There was no faint, nothing. It was not there. I started to panic. I was really worried because I was like, okay, you know, it's up. People get, you know, false negatives a lot, and more common than false positives. So I was just really confused why 2 days prior I had gotten a positive result and now I was getting nothing. Saturday came, my period didn't show up. Sunday came, still didn't show up. Monday came and my period showed up. And I'll save you all the details, but it was really heartbreaking. I was really angry and confused. I was really yeah, just mostly I was just really confused. I started to kind of Google online, you know, like what happens when you get a positive pregnancy test before your period, but then your period shows up a couple days later. And the only thing that, and obviously you don't want to believe everything that's on the internet, but the only thing that really kind of matched up line for line of what I had experienced was what they call a chemical pregnancy. I'd never heard of this term before. I didn't even know that it was a form of miscarriage. Not a lot of people have ever heard of it before, but it happens a lot more often than I think women realize. A chemical pregnancy is when implantation doesn't stick. So the egg is fertilized, your body starts producing HCG, which is why I got the positive result. But when the egg goes to implant, it's not successful. And you end up passing the egg, you know, miscarriage. And some women just assume that it's a late period and that they're not actually pregnant. And had I not tested so early, I probably would have just thought it was a late period. But because I had actually received a positive test result, I am just going to assume that this is what it is. And a chemical pregnancy usually happens between weeks 4 and 5. And when you miss your period, you're technically 4 weeks, not 8, 4. So, I don't know. I didn't, sorry, there was a hair in my face. I didn't call a doctor. I didn't talk to anyone about it. I didn't ask questions. I just tried to accept it for what it is. I didn't tell anyone right away because I was so heartbroken that I didn't have the strength to tell anyone. So later that week I finally called my mom and told her I was just having a really hard time one night. I just was just in shock and disbelief that even happens to people, you know, and Brady and I had been trying for so long already that it just made it even more of a sad thing. So I finally called my mom and told her, and we cried and we talked about it, and you know, and I just said, don't tell anyone. I want to be able to tell people when I'm ready. And I wasn't planning on going down to Utah again for probably a few weeks, just because I was still working full-time at that time. And but I didn't want to wait that long to tell my sisters. So we talked about it over messaging. you know, and I just apologized, obviously, that I couldn't tell them in person, but I wanted them to know. And then I told a few really close friends, literally, like I could number on one hand how many friends I told. And that's my story. It was really, really hard and really heartbreaking. It was very lonely, because nobody knew, and I wasn't sure if it was, if people would count it, is what I'm trying to say, because I was so early. I was only 4 weeks technically. Is that even really a baby? Does that even really count as a miscarriage or a pregnancy loss? Is it like, do I fall into that category now? So that's why I didn't tell anyone. I didn't post about it publicly. So yeah, that's kind of my story. So Brady is very, very excited. We're both very, very excited. We keep talking about how we're going to tell our families, when we're going to tell them. We keep talking about like when we're going to have to buy a crib and a car seat and buy its first outfit, and, you know, picking out a name, and it's just all really exciting right now. I'm still super early, only 4 weeks, so I won't be sharing this video for quite some time. When we're ready to like really tell everyone, will probably be after our first ultrasound. I'm excited, and I hope you're excited with us. I can't wait for you guys to know. Okay, so I guess I kind of wanted to give a little bit of an update. So right now I'm 5.5-ish weeks along. Let's see what the app says. I feel like since finally making it out of 4 weeks, I've like made it into the club. Because last week like was obviously the week after like all of my positive tests, but God, I just felt like I was like so early that I couldn't, like I didn't even deserve to be excited because I was so early. And like I know that's not the case, but that's just kind of how I felt. So I'm 5 weeks and 3 days, and our baby is the size of a black peppercorn, I think. Yep. And right now it looks like a little tadpole, a little fish with a tail or something. I've just had tons and tons of body aches, nausea on and off, not anything super bad. I haven't thrown up yet. Let's see, a little bit of cramping, but I think that's normal just because like my body is changing and all different kinds of things are going on. We still haven't told our families yet. Brady and I are the only ones that know, and it is so hard. It's so hard to be the only ones that know right now. I can't believe that I haven't spilled the beans yet. It's been kind of fun, you know, just the two of us knowing, because then like when we talk about it, we just kind of are able to talk about I guess like what we want, kind of like maybe our plans, what we're thinking, or how exciting this is going to be and how exciting this is going to be. So anyway, I really wish that my sister knew, my older sister, because I have so many questions, and like excuse me, I just want to talk to someone about how I'm feeling. Like I told Brady, I said I just want like my mom and my sisters to know so that I can complain about not feeling good and like be able to tell them why I'm not feeling good. It's been so hard. Anyway, that's kind of the update right now. Honestly, I'm just trying to like eat. I've been going for a walk every day. I'm trying to drink more water. There's our update for right now. I don't even know how to start this thing. Hey guys, I can't believe I'm back in a vlog. It's been a minute since I have posted a vlog, almost said a vlog on my channel, and there is a reason for that, and I thought that today would be a good day to share that with you. Don't really have secrets or anything to keep from you. There's just been a reason I've been gone for so long. Life has been rough for the last month, 2 months almost. I think that was the last time I had a vlog up was back in June, I think. Okay, so if you haven't figured out by the title below, I am pregnant, and it's really exciting. Really exciting. Brady and I are so happy. I will try to insert a picture here. We recently just had our first ultrasound and got to see the baby, and it was really awesome. I just don't even know where to start or like what to say, because I've just been gone so long and I don't know like where to start and what to share. I guess the reason that I haven't really been posting anything is because I am so tired and so nauseous all day, every day, and it's been really hard. It was like pretty, I don't want to say easy at the beginning, but it kind of was. I found out I was pregnant back in May, just a little while after Mother's Day. And it was like, not like a huge shock, like, oh my gosh, like we weren't planning for this, or like this is terrible timing, but it was just, yeah, it was just shocking. Brady and I have been trying to get pregnant for almost a year, and I think that's why it was so shocking, is because we just expected to not be, I guess. I was expecting to find a negative result on a pregnancy test. But since then, I've been doing okay, I guess. Like I said, the first like 5-6 weeks-ish were pretty like easy peasy. That's because the first 4 weeks you don't even know if you're pregnant. So weeks 5 and 6, they were okay, they were fine, and it was really exciting. We told my mom, we told my sisters and my brother, we told Brady's mom, his dad, his siblings, and of course grandparents and all that. Over the next like weeks 6, 7, 8 kind of thing, we just took basically the month of June to tell everyone. Are you serious? Yeah.
You almost broke it.
Oh, no. It's real. I'm pregnant.
Well, I just wanted to call and give you some news that Ashley's pregnant.
Oh my gosh, how fun. That is so exciting.
It is.
I bet you're so excited. Oh, that's amazing. I'm so excited and happy for both of you.
Thank you. Week 7 was kind of when the nausea really hit. Like, it was a for sure thing all day, every day, and it got really bad at night, and it was really hard because I knew that that was possibly coming. I knew that like being sick would probably be a thing for me. I know not every woman feels the morning sickness, but I just didn't expect it to kind of like be so present and so like, hey, I'm Naja, I'm here, like let's hang out for the next 7 weeks, you know. And so it's been a little bit rough trying to figure out how to manage that, I guess. I don't have any medication for that, and I know I could call my doctor, and my doctor could probably help me out or help me figure that out, but I've kind of just wanted to not like endure it, but just like stick it out and try other things. I hate adding one more medication to the ones I already take every day, and I don't know, I'm just kind of stubborn about it. It doesn't have anything to do with like, oh well, this article says this about it, or like, you know, scientists say this about it. No, I just haven't called my doctor. Anyways, so June came and went, and I feel like I nap all the time. I feel like I'm so tired that I literally cannot do anything, which is probably why this vlog is like coming up so late, I guess, because I just don't have the energy to do anything. I literally am just tired. I thought I was tired before, but no, I'm really tired now. Going to bed early, but I also do try to like rest when I can, because I know it's important and my body probably needs it. Also, quick note, you probably won't see Brady like very much, if at all, in this vlog or any of the pregnancy vlogs that I post, because he hates being on camera. Hates it, and he hates taking pictures, and he'd rather just be behind the scenes, I guess. So if you're like, where's Brady, why isn't he announcing this with you? That's because he doesn't want to. But I've been wanting to make this vlog. I've been wanting to share this news and make a video, and yeah, I just knew that I would have to do it without him. So hopefully you're okay just listening to me tell you. July, we super busy with a lot of family stuff and the holidays at the beginning of the month. Telling everyone we had our first doctor's appointment when I was 7 weeks. And of course that's just where you go and talk to the nurse, and they just kind of say, you know, when was the first day of your last menstrual cycle? Like, let's figure out a due date. Here's all the do's and don'ts of pregnancy. Do you have any questions? Introductory type stuff. They gave us this really, I wanted to show you. They gave us this really cute bag. It's a cooler type bag that has formula in it, which, I mean, they give all of their new patients. And then they gave us a little welcome bag that has like a magazine and some gift cards and lots of other things. Babe, I'm making a video. Do you want to tell our friends our news?
No.
Just say, be excited.
Having a baby.
And that's it. That's all you're gonna get. Okay, you guys, literally within minutes of the clip I just filmed, I mean, Brady came home with dinner, so of course I was like, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. But literally, like, we sat down to eat and I felt too tired to pick up the camera again. I felt too tired. I think I even laid down and took a nap for like an hour or something. I told Brady, I said, I was literally just saying how I haven't made a vlog or a blog post or anything yet because I'm so exhausted. Every time I go to do it, I just am like, oh, I don't have the energy to sit and do this. And it's happening again. Okay, so I keep starting clips and then I end them, and okay, where I had left off, I was just talking about our first appointment and how that went. And it went really good. They said that my due date was January 27th. And then I made an appointment to see my doctor. I guess he doesn't see his patients until they are 14 weeks, which is either normal or, I don't know, not normal, I guess. I don't know. I know every doctor is different. So that was about, I was 7 weeks at that appointment, and so obviously it would have been another 7 weeks before I saw my doctor, and the nurse said that we could schedule the ultrasound before that appointment, our first one, if we didn't want to wait that long. And so of course we're like, yeah, we don't want to wait that long. Like, we want to schedule that now. And so we scheduled it for I would have been 10 weeks, beginning of July. And then because of the holiday and traveling and family and stuff, we ended up pushing it back a couple more weeks. So then when I went, which was just this last Friday, I was 12 weeks. And it was so freaking hard to wait. It was so hard to wait. And I don't know how we did it, but I was just like, man, this week is dragging. It's going by so slow. Like, I just want to see if the baby is really there, that everything is okay. And yeah. So we go to my appointment just this last Friday, and I had to drink 32 ounces of water an hour before my appointment so that my bladder would be full. And I didn't know why. So Brady and I looked it up, and they have you drink so much water before because the bladder balloons up and it pushes the uterus higher up in the belly so that it's a little bit easier for the technician to find the uterus. And I did not even know that. So I'm glad we looked it up, because I was like just dying. Okay, like I drink water, but I have never had so much water like in one morning and have to drive all the way to the doctor. Our doctor, because of our insurances, we have to go to a different hospital, which is like really far away. So I had to drive there and drink my water. I chose to drink it during the drive instead of before, because I didn't want to have to really go to the bathroom while driving. That would have been very painful. And it was the last 10 minutes of the drive, 5 to 10 minutes of the drive. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go to the bathroom so bad right now. Like, it hurts, it sucks because it's so much water, and like the roads are bumpy and you're going through the canyons, and it's just like, it was torture. And I was like walking, I was like waddling inside because it was so uncomfortable. I've never been so uncomfortable before. And anyway, so we got there, checked in. They were running kind of late. So that was really awful because I really needed to go to the bathroom. But then they called us back and we got in there, and it just like happened so fast. It was just like, okay, sit here, let me see your stomach so I can put some jelly on, which, by the way, the jelly was not cold. Brady was like, oh my gosh, is it so cold? And I was like, no, actually it's like warm. And the lady was like, yeah, it's warm jelly. And so that was kind of weird. I was not expecting it to be warm, you know, because you hear all the time it's so cold. And then she started, she was kind of spreading the jelly around on my belly, and she started to push, and up popped my uterus, and there was this, I hate that word, I hate using that word, but that's what it's called, on the screen. was a little bum and 2 legs sticking up. And we were like, oh my gosh, there it is. And she's like, it's kicking for us. And I was just like, this is so weird. Like that is what is inside my belly right now. Like that is so crazy that is, because I've had, like, side note, I've had tons of MRIs and CAT scans, and I've had scopes of my throat before and ear stuff going on. So I've like seen inside of my body on like TVs and scans and things like that. And so it's always just weird that like that's the inside of my body, you know, like that's inside of my throat or whatever. And so for this, it was just like, you go so long. I mean, we've gone 12 weeks without an ultrasound, and you don't feel baby move. And so you're just like hoping and praying that it's growing and that everything is good and it's healthy. Because you just don't know, you don't know. And then she moved the wand around a little bit, and we finally got to see the side profile, and there it was, just a little baby on the screen. It was so crazy and so weird. And Brady and I kind of looked at each other and we were just like, oh my gosh, like there's really a baby in there. Like, oh my gosh, this is weird. Like, it just was surreal. Just like, I guess, yeah, made everything so real. And anyway, she did the heartbeat, and it was 158. And I know that there's that myth that's like, if it's over 140, I think we looked it up. If it's over 140, then it's a girl. If it's lower, then it's a boy. But who knows? So it was 150, and it was really cool to hear that. It didn't sound fast. Like when we listened to it, it didn't sound fast. And then she said 158, and I was like, that seems high, but I don't know anything. This is my first kid, you know? And then she moved it around a little so we could see the back of the baby. I'll put a picture here somewhere for a second so you can see. And she measured from the top of the head all the way to the bottom, and she said this is how we determine baby's age, is by measuring the full length of their body. And on the screen it said 13 weeks and 3 days, 4 days or something like that. And I was like, I remember thinking, I'm not 13 weeks, I'm 12 weeks. Like, we've already established this, you know? So I was just kind of like, well, maybe it's just off, because she did it a couple times. So I was like, well, maybe she's just making sure or something. Maybe it was a wrong measurement or something. But at the same time, I'm like, she's a tech, she went to school for this, like, she's profesh. And she said, okay, let's move it around a little bit. And it kind of hurt how they, like, she would like push and twist into my stomach, and like, it wasn't very comfortable. And also I had to go to the bathroom really bad. But that, I mean, I was completely distracted from that feeling when I obviously was watching my baby on the screen. It was fun to watch Brady, because he just was like, and he's all, can I take a picture of this? And she's like, oh no, we'll print you off a couple. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, I just didn't know. And thought it was so cute. Anyway, so then she showed a side profile view again, and the baby moved its arm up, the little fist, and she took a picture of the arm, and then she kind of showed more of the baby, and its arm was still up by its face, and then it opened its mouth, and then it closed it, and it was yawning. It was so sweet. It was so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. And it was weird because on the screen it's like so blown up, but the baby is really only like this big in real life. So it was like, oh my gosh, the baby looks so much bigger than like it really is. But you could see its fingers and its legs and its head and its mouth, and it was like, it was the coolest thing. It was the coolest experience ever. And then it was over. She printed us off some pictures, and she's like, okay, baby's measuring 13 weeks, whatever. So that puts your due date January 21st. And I'm like, that's an entire week ahead of what we've been going off of. So my due date is now January 21st, which is just still crazy. January baby. We only have one of those in our between both of our families, we only have one January baby. We have a lot of summer babies. So that will be fun, to have another winter baby. And I'm sure time will just fly by with the holidays and everything. It's almost August and I still can't even believe that. So tomorrow I'll actually be 14 weeks instead of 13 weeks like I thought, which is also still really weird. I see my doctor next week for the first time, and then hopefully we'll schedule the ultrasound where maybe we could find out the gender, because I'm thinking maybe late August for that. I'll be closer to 20 weeks around late August, September, which is just weird because it's coming so fast, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy that I'll be halfway in September. I feel like I'm just getting started. The weeks are passing really fast though. So anyways, that's kind of the rundown from finding out till today.